Hello and welcome. So, use the following matrices to answer the question below. So, we're multiplying matrix E to Q to G. Now, to do this, first thing you got to make sure is you got to make sure this even exists in the first place. All right. So, first off, we have a 3 rows to 3 columns, 3 by 3 matrix to a 2 by 3 matrix, and we also have a 3 by 2 matrix. So when we're multiplying these together, always go left to right. So we'd start with matrix E, or 3 by 3 matrix, and we'd be multiplying that to our next one, which is Q, which is a 3 by 2 matrix. Now these two can be multiplied because when you double check it, right, 3's are the same number on the inside, they match, and you'll have a 3 by 2, right, numbers on the outside will be the resulting matrix we get from that one. And then we'll be multiplying that to matrix G, which is a 2 by 3 matrix. Right? When you multiply those, you notice 2's match, and our final answer should be a 3 by 3 matrix. Right? That is our end goal. If it's not a 3 by 3 matrix, you've done this wrong. Okay? So, first thing we gotta do is we multiply E. So that would be 2, 0, 0, 7, negative 1, 0, negative 3, 5, negative 5, multiplied to matrix Q, 6, 6, 1, negative 2, negative 3, 4. Okay, so when you multiply matrices together, it's always row by column. Alright, so row by column. And then you essentially match the entries to the entries. So you match 2 times 6, which is 12. Right? So your first entry in the new matrix will be 12. Right? Plus your next one, 7 times 6, 42, plus negative 3 times 1, negative 3. Okay, and all those together create the first entry, all as one. Okay, and then you essentially keep running that through as you go through. So then you go first row, second column, 2 times negative 2, negative 4, 7 times negative 3, negative 21. Right, negative 3 times negative 4, negative 12. Then we keep running as we go down the list. So then you'd have second row, first column. So that would be 0 times 6, 0, right? Negative 1 times 6, negative 6. 5 times 1, 5. And then we have second row, second column. So that's going to be 0 times negative 2, negative 1 times negative 3, right? And I'm just going to save a little bit of time instead of just saying it. I'm just going to start writing these out. Okay, and then we have our last one, 0, third row, first column. So then that will be 0 plus 0 minus 5. Go to the second column. That'll be 0 plus 0 minus 20. So that means that the resulting matrix, when we multiply those together, is going to be 12 plus 42. So 12 plus 42, which is 54, minus 3, 51. Okay, then we have 0 minus 6 plus 5, negative 1. 0 plus 0 minus 5, negative 5. On the next one, we have negative 4 minus 21 minus 12. And altogether, that gives you negative 37. And then 23 and negative 20. And that is the result for multiplying E to Q. Now we continue on and we multiply that to matrix G, which is a 2 by 3, negative 3, negative 4, negative 6, 5, and 0. And then we copy that down and go through the exact same process as before. Right, so first row, first column. So we have 2 times 51, right? That's 102. And then we have our second row, so negative 37 times negative 6. Okay, and that'll give you 222. Okay, and that'll be the first entry in our new matrix. And then we keep going down that line, and then we would do to the next column. So then we have 51 times negative 3, and then we'd end up with negative 153. I'm going to have to move that bracket. Come on, there we go, 53. And then we'd have negative 37 times 5, which is negative 185. And then we go to the next column, right? Then we have negative 4 times 51, which is going to be negative 204. And then that times 0 is just going to give us negative 204. Okay, then we keep going down the list. Now we go with our second row, first column. So that will be negative 2. And then 23 times negative 6 will be minus 138. And then we go to the next column. It would be negative 1 times 3, negative 3, positive 3, and then we'd have 23 times 5 plus 115. Okay, and then finish it off with our last one. So third column, we have positive 4, and then times 0 just leaves us with 4. Same process one last time. Third row, first column, so that would be negative 5 times 2, right? That would be negative 10. Oops, still in highlighter. And then negative 20 times 6, positive 120. Okay, then we just keep down the line, and then we'd say, all right, well, negative 5 on our next column. And that would be negative 5 times 3, which is 15. And then we have negative 20 times 5, negative 100. And last but not least, we have our third column, which is positive 20, and then the times 0 to negative 20 times 0 just gives us 20. And then simplify that one more time, and we end up with our final answer. Right? So it's going to be a 3 by 3 matrix, 102 plus 222, 324. Negative 2 minus 138, negative 140. 120 minus 10, 110. Negative 338 from negative 153 minus 185. 3 plus 115 is 118. Negative 100 plus 15, we got negative 85. And then our last column stays the same. That has no operations there. And that's it. That is rather a little bit of large numbers, but not too crazy. And that is your final answer, though. Pretty nifty, right? We said we'd end up at a 3 by 3. We did have a 3 by 3 matrix, and we're good to go. Okay, take your time with these ones. Make sure you write it out, but that is as crazy as it gets. And then just make sure to open up your matrix tab, choose a 3 by 3, and you're good to go. Thanks for watching.